distilled an elixir of lead and pomegranate. I feel for the liver.
The latest fashionable paintings, sculptures.
Hey guys, what's up? And as you can tell by the title, today I am going to be talking about Assassin's Creed, obviously because I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan, and about should there be an Assassin's Creed 1 remastered or remake for PS4. Well, I guess Xbox One. Basically, I'm just gonna be referring to it as PS4 opposed to Xbox, because you know I'm not that good at telling but the differences between Xbox One and I don't know. Well, no, not that I can't tell the differences. I don't know. I'm just gonna be referring to PS4. So for PS4, and I'm sure for Xbox as well, and you know, I don't know about PC. PC is probably doesn't apply to this, but Assassin's Creed 1. Alright, you can play Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, 3, Black Flag, pretty much every Assassin's Creed game that there is on PS4. And, well, yes, on PS4. Except for Assassin's Creed 1. Assassin's Creed 1 does not exist on PS4. They came out with it, you know, obviously when there was still PS3 and stuff, so it's still out for PS3 if you want to get that or whatever. And if you have a PS3 or something that you want to plug in and, you know, unplug your PS4 or whatever, you know, go ahead, you do you, but they came back out with, instead of, you know, being like, alright, you have to get a PS3 because they don't really make those anymore, so like, you know, pretty much nobody would be able to play the games anymore. Then they came out with new ones for the PS4. So now there's like Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, you know, 3, Black Flag, Rogue, Unity, Syndicate, etc., whatever, you know, for PS4. And yet, if you go on, you can go on PlayStation Store, you can go on Amazon, you can even go on Google. But no matter where you go, and you will not, I mean, unless it's photoshopped, you will not be able to find a no matter where you go, Google, you know, Amazon, eBay, wherever you go, no matter where you go, you will not be able to find Assassin's Creed 1. And whenever I say Assassin's Creed 1, I am referring to the one that has Altair. If you guys know that one, Altair well, I don't know how to pronounce his name correctly. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Either way, the one that has Altair, the first Assassin's Creed game that came out, it's not on PS4. It's not on like the latest consoles and stuff. So if you were to, you know, have a PS4 or like, I don't know, basically if you were to have like a PS4 or something and you were like a really big fan of Assassin's Creed like me, then you would not be able to like unless you have a PS3 or something, you would not be able to play Assassin's Creed 1, the one with Altair. You have to start out as Ezio. You have to start as that one, unless you have a PS3. I mean, and say you do have a PS3 though, if it's not plugged in, you have to sit there and try to unplug your PS4 and like plug in your PS3 and like all that stuff. You have to try to sit there and go, you know, at the back or whatever, you know, you basically have to go and try to, you know, get everything situated just to be able to play one game. And then if you have the game, then just, you gotta put it in. If it's not downloaded, you gotta wait for it to download, you know, whatever. But there's so many different ways that, you know, take forever to finally be able to play the game. Now, for PS4, they don't make PS3s anymore, so PS3s are, they don't really make PS3s anymore, so PS3s are kinds of rare. Not necessarily, because there's still a ton that have been made, but PS3s are not made anymore. So if you were to want to play Assassin's Creed 1, you would not be able to unless you have the game on PS3 and you do have a PS3, which currently in 2020, I don't remember what year they stopped making them, but it'll be hard to play them. But now say they release Assassin's Creed 1 for PS4. Say, like, they make a remake or like a remastered, or basically either way they release it for PS4, it's still the same and everything, just basically just, I don't know, remake, remastered, but they release, whatever you want, but they release it for PS4. They, it's like the same and everything except for it's for PS4 instead of, and like, basically all the latest consoles and stuff. You would be making more money because, I mean, you would already have the code written and everything for the game because, you made it before. And all you would have to do is basically, if you wanted to, you just copy and paste it. And then change a few things to make it for PS4. Or, the disc or whatever. But either way, you still have everything written. You just basically duplicate it, and the only thing you change is you make it for PS4. And then people are going to be like, okay, now it's out for PS4, so more people are going to acknowledge it. They would see trailers, and, I don't know, I don't know, about half the people that played the game on PS3 and stuff, basically all the people that, pretty much about half of the people that played the game did not like it. A lot of people thought that it wasn't good, that it wasn't that good, and I mean, I tried playing it, but then I didn't really find too much interest in it. But as I've gotten older and then I've started to realize more about the Templar, or the Templars and the Assassins, and I'm not just saying, playing Assassin's Creed and being like, oh, that's a fun fact, or, whatever. I'm being like, serious, real life. If you don't believe me that the Templars and the Assassins were real, go on Google, search up Order of Assassins. You will see that it was founded, and I believe you will see that it was founded, and I believe it was 1095, if I'm not mistaken. And the Templars were, I believe they were founded, or the Knights Templar. That's that. Instead of just Templars, it's the Knights Templar. If you search up Knights Templar, KNIGHTS, and then, space Templar. If you search up Knights Templar, then you will find that they were a real order and organization as well. Now, the Templars, they claimed that they were Christian, but during their, recruiting ceremony or whatever, they would basically spit on the cross and defy Christ. And they would still say that they were Christians to people and stuff, but their recruiting ceremony required them, or, well, they didn't necessarily require them to, but they would basically make everyone spit on the cross and defy Christ. And eventually the Templars were shoved under, kind of, didn't really, basically they were shoved under, and they eventually, had to work underground and work in secret. And so they basically, they still worked, but they weren't allowed to, so they still did it, but they did it in secret. And so I feel like, Assassin's Creed 1 takes place during around the time that the Knights Templar was founded. And I feel like a lot of, I was about to say historians, but that's not right. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people that play Assassin's Creed play it for the action and the stealth and stuff. But I feel like a lot of the people who still do that and play the game and everything also enjoy the history in it. And so if you released a game that Odyssey was about like proto assassins and proto Templars or whatever, and Origins, I'm not 100% sure if I'm being honest. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be proto Templars and proto assassins or whatever, or if that was just kind of, you know, starting to kind of tell you about it or something. I don't really know. Either way, I feel like a lot of people who didn't really get to play the game, the first game, would enjoy having, you know, it out on the newest consoles to be able to play it. So I'm not just saying, you know, oh, you should release it just because only I will buy it, you know. I'm not saying I'm the only person. I'm sure there's like literally, if you want to go on YouTube and search up should there be an Assassin's Creed 1 remastered, and like basically like stuff along the lines of that, like Assassin's Creed 1 remake or Assassin's Creed 1 remastered, you'll see like videos that like there is a ton of, and I mean a ton of videos with people saying, "Oh, we want, you know, Assassin's Creed 1 remastered or remake or whatever." And you know, I totally agree with that. And so I feel like if you like, I mean, think about it. You've already spent that much time and stuff into making the game. Like you already have the code and everything. You just have to like basically you just have to duplicate it and change it up to make it for PS4, and then you will be pretty okay from there. Like, I mean, other than, you know, spending the money to get it made. I don't really know how to explain that, but basically like after, you know, they send it in or whatever, you know, to get it made into the game or whatever, and they have to spend the money in order to kind of get, I don't really know how to explain it, but basically, in order after they like finish coding and everything, they have to actually spend money to get the game fully made, you know. And that's where the cons come in. I feel like people I feel like people want, you know, oh, I know that a ton of people want an Assassin's Creed 1 remake or remastered, and I agree with that, but still um Ubisoft is it basically would depend on their stock, like their stock sticker, I guess. I don't really know how to explain it to you guys. There's a lot of like business stuff in what I'm trying to tell you guys, and it's like basically however well they are doing, the business is doing at the time kind of depends on whether they can actually make the remake or not. And so like I don't really know how to it's like hard to explain to you guys. I mean, like it kind of depends on Ubisoft's stock sticker at the time, which currently it is currently the stock sticker, or basically currently Ubisoft is doing pretty well, pretty financially well. Um, and I mean, if you wanted to like, you know, figure it out or whatever, you know, then if you wanted to like figure out what it is at the current time, I will, I don't know. But currently what I check, it's they're doing pretty well. They're doing, you know, pretty good like financially, and I feel like, you know, maybe yes, a ton of people would like they have to spend the money to get it actually made into the game, but and like that's a con. That's might be why they're not doing it, because they don't want to lose a lot of money. And then since it was like one of the, you know, it's like either the number one or the number two most hated the most disliked Assassin's Creed game. The two most disliked Assassin's Creed games are Assassin's Creed 1 and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And Assassin's Creed 1 being one of the most disliked games, fans still want the remake or remastered. I'm just gonna say remake though, but I'm still referring to both of them. But if they did spend the money to make the remake, then yes, they would have to spend the money and they would lose the money. But I think that they don't. I'm not sure about this because I don't work for Ubisoft because I'm not even old enough to actually like own a job. So, well, I just said own a job. I don't know, have a job. Either way, I feel like they don't want to, like, this is just my interpretation guess. This is my prediction or whatever. This is my guess. I think that the reason they don't want to make the game I think the reason they don't want to make the remastered is because they would, like, if they take the chance and if they take the chance and they spend the money to make the game and then there's like, not that many people buying it and they spent more money than they got from their investors, they would have lost a lot of money, which could drive them financially. It could be malicious to them financially. And I feel like that's the reason they don't want to do it, because they don't want to take the chance on losing a lot of money and not getting repaid for it. But I feel like if we get enough fans striving for it and, actually, like, not just saying, oh, we want it, actually wanting it, then they would make it. Because, if enough fans actually want it, and they're not just saying that way they can get other fans, the game, and they actually want it as well, then I feel like a ton of people would be buying the game. A ton of people would, be buying the game, and, like, basically they would make a lot of money off of it, and fans would be satisfied. Well, not just satisfied, but they would be satisfied with that. They would stop going on about, striving for a remake, and they would finally, be satisfied with that. And then that, again, that's something to keep people waiting until Assassin's Creed Ragnarok is literally trailers released, release dates released, or literally anything by Ubisoft itself is dropped out. Which currently we don't know the release date. There is no trailer. There have been leaks that there has been a window narrowed for one of their games. There's supposed to be like 5 A+ games released this year by Ubisoft. And so with the window, well, not just this year, but from now to in between March 2021. And so they would be doing, I don't know. I don't know exactly, like, I don't know. I guess they just don't want to take the chance and kind of play Russian roulette with that. And I guess, I mean, I don't really know, because, like, I don't work for Ubisoft or anything, but it's kind of a 50-50 chance with them, 50 chance between them making the game and losing a lot of money, more money than people invested into the game, and a 50% chance of the people, well, of, them making the game and losing that money, but then getting it back plus more from investors. So I feel like they don't want to take that chance and lose all that money. But, that's just my thought. But, I mean, I made this video, to say about that. And another reason I made this video is because I wanted to say, I know people are saying, we want, like, I know there's a ton of YouTube videos and stuff saying we want Assassin's Creed 1, remastered or remake or whatever, and I agree with that, and, I'm another one of those people who I would like to know the story of the game. And before you go in the comment section and say, oh, well, if you want to know the story, just, I don't know, watch like a full playthrough of it. Playthroughs of a game aren't as fun as playing the game yourself, because then I am finding out the story, but I'm not actually getting to play it myself and, actually get to, do everything myself. I have to sit there, like, I don't get to make the choices. I could make him, like, if I'm the one playing the game, I can sit there and I can make Altair and stuff run on the rooftops and, go assassinate 13 people and then go out and, I don't know, do this and that, but if I'm watching a playthrough of the game, then I don't get to make any of the choices. So that wouldn't be as fun. And so I feel like fans aren't going to, like, still, it's 2020 currently, and there are people who are actually, like, I don't know, I don't know if fans have settled down more, or if, I know there's videos from 2018, which means that 12 years in total from when the game was released. I believe the game was released in 2006. I'm not 100% sure. It might have been released in 2009 or 2007, maybe. I don't know. But I know that fans have not, it's been at least around 12 years or more, and fans are not done. They still want the remake. And so, I mean, yes, I'm another one of those people who still wants the remake, but again, I also, I'm saying this might be why, I'm not 100% sure, but this might be why they are not releasing the remake. But, comment down what your thoughts are, about, like, why they might not be releasing it or whatever, or, comment down below, whatever you think about this subject, like, whether you want a remake or a remastered, and, or if you don't want a remake or a remastered, and, let me kind of know what your thoughts are in the comments. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was helpful to you and kind of, help you kind of see it from their point of view. And, yeah, I will see you guys next time. Alright, guys, bye.